still a poet, and I'm going to read some of my poetry to you in a little bit. Stand by. Hey guys, Earth Branch here. Just wanted to read you some poetry from my newest chapbook, Fluent and Sirens, that will be coming out in July at the end of the month. I don't know when exactly, but this is it. The first poem I'm going to read is Fluent in Jazz. I love jazz music. I listen to it all the time, especially at night, and that's when I wrote this poem. I get inspired by the titles of jazz pieces I can listen to for hours and write what I feel is the contents of my soul pouring out from inner joy, discovering artists new to me on repeat I toy. Some of these titles are so artistic and delightful, given the aesthetics of coolness never tame, leaving my soul full of soulful notes I did not know I yearned for, from the saxophone, the trumpet, trombone, any horn, an honorable mention for the clarinet, the melodies in which it croons, stroking my syllables as I write my words in tune to the drama and beauty of it all. Haunting compositions written with the craziest origins, born from restrooms or jail cells, grief and walks through hell, so inspiring and worth listening. Keep your ears open. In jazz I am becoming fluent. It is such an influence I create best when jazz ascends. An orchestra of my words collide with the voices of instruments it bends. I admire the sense of inception jazz titles bring, lines of pure emotions with no words, just everything. This poem is called Not All But All, and it's dedicated to men. Dear men, I ask this with embarrassment. What is the issue, the snag, the complication, the mistreatment? I ask this befuddled. What is the enigma, the puzzle? Will it cease when all of us are gone to fulfill some horrid fantasy that is evil and flawed? Hard knocks of tough love do not suffice. You kill us with no shame and do not blink twice. You distress us to test us. I ask men, I ask again, what is the drawback that makes you feel we are an inconvenience? Not all men, but all men, in all shades, there's no end. Lead us to comprehension to alleviate said tension, put an end to this violence, this war on black women. This next poem was inspired by Emily Dickinson, who's one of my favorite poets, and it's called The Scavenger's Gospel. Maneuvering through upward towers of green across a stony meadow, a hidden world beneath my feet where spirits sleep or bellow. I creep in darkened tunnels of wood, my many eyes lack sight. To scavenge is my way of life, and rotten flesh my guide. Decayed sweet air in which I feel I plod and poke to feed. How needed is this sustenance that death shall give to me. This next poem is called Jazz Oasis. Once again, going back to my love for jazz, and I wrote it late at night while I was listening to jazz and my little girl was sleeping, so here we go. It is a jazz oasis up in here. Dim lights, deep eyes, aromatic smoke from an incense glare. This is sweet placidity. Winsome, soulful melodies. I can feel the peace it builds. Chet Baker's voice is candlelight that fills all the empty pockets of pity in me and softens them into subdued pieces of peace. The titles alone are poetry. So many different vibes caress and bring solace to me. From Sidney Bechet to Thelonious Monk, he plays a piano like it is a drum. It just feels so good in my soul to swing with what is recent and decompress with the old. I crave quiet nights with lots of jazz, tapping my toes as night grows. The moon leans closer, saying, do not let go. Bestow me the saxophone, let it bellow and croon as I sit in steamy sunshine on a summer's yearning afternoon.